Well, if you're not family or friends, you probably don't know who we are. Just a couple people on the internet. My name's Kevin. My wife's name is Kim. We're going by the Alaskan Snowbirds. Come along for the ride. Should be enjoyable.
You don't have to slam the door. You just pull on it.
Wasn't even shut.
What was?
So I couldn't have slammed it. Got you on camera now. You're
Stop
all
it.
smiley now.
Stop it.
Yeah.
How about we show them?
Oh, that's not how you said
How
it to
about
me.
we show them how I have been doing dishes for the past month because I have no kitchen sink.
You got a kitchen sink. It's right
That
here.
works.
It holds water.
With a bucket, yeah.
Yeah. What's the problem?
Ask me how many times I've opened the trap and drained the water out of there.
How many times have you opened the trap and emptied the water out of there?
10 times.
10 times.
Let's get the sink fixed.
We're going to get it fixed.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It'll make me love you more.
If you believe that, folks.
Hey, and who has to carry the heavy bucket of water?
You didn't even give me a chance. I'm carrying a camera. I tell you. We had talked about it or not, but the kitchen sink has had a clog in it. And in this wet bay is your gray tank valve and your black tank valve. Everybody's pretty much familiar with those. On our walkthrough, we were never informed that there's a valve right here. And if you can see it, when it's pushed all the way in, my poor eyes, it's full of road grime and everything else. I did not see that. Did not even know it existed. But if you're at it just right, it's, you gotta get really low to look up at it. You can see it. But if you're down here, not so much. So it's one of those, you gotta be at the right height. You gotta know it's there. But nobody ever told us about that. And that's for the kitchen island sink. So one problem solved. The other problem, the tank sensors still aren't reading correctly. We haven't done anything, no.
Okay. Don't bother. We recommend that you use a pine sol Calgon solution. Additives, they'll do what they say they're going to do, but they're going to break things down.
Holy crap.
And as they break things down, it settles to the bottom of the tank. As it settles to the bottom of the tank, it gets heavier and thicker. And it becomes a real thick peanut butter sludge at the bottom of that tank. This stuff, once it's stuck on the bottom, it doesn't move. Picture putting peanut butter on a paper plate and holding it underneath the faucet. It's not going nowhere. So this sludge is what's building up in the bottom. After 6 months to a year's worth of full-time use, you're looking at 5 to 15 pounds of excess waste that's just left inside your tank.
15 pounds.
It can be up to that. And so, that's why your sensors stop working. The sludge just kind of goes up on the walls. It covers up the sensors. They can't read through it, and this problem can be compounded by adding more additives in there. It's going to happen naturally, but you can really ramp up this happening by adding additives. So we don't recommend additives. Recommend the pine sol Calgon solution, which just Calgon acts like a hydrofactant, makes water wetter, and makes your tank nice and slick. Pine sol is there for a deodorizer. Yeah, it's got some cleaning powers, but it's not really cleaning your tank. But it helps with the deodorizing and getting stuff flowing to make that tank nice and slick, so everything just comes on out. And you can use your black tanks and your gray tanks, and save you a lot of money too.
So you hear a lot of people like we had a clog, right? Mm-hmm. And I forget what the mixture was. It was baking soda.
Baking soda and vinegar, or baking soda and borax. I mean, I don't suggest doing that. When you start mixing things and putting them into tanks, that you don't know what kind of reaction you're going to run into. Yes, baking soda on its own has some pretty cool, cleaning properties to it, but a lot of those need actual agitation or scrubbing to make them work well. You can bust clogs with some things, but if you're using something that expands to bust a clog inside a sealed system like this, it may not be where you want it to give.
Yeah, makes sense.
So,
wow.
Yeah, this is all that stuff that's been building up in there over the time of this rig. kind of toilet paper do you use?
It's RV Safe generic brand. That's it.
So what would I tell you? What would you believe if I told you that you can use any type of toilet paper you like? Just use
Not
something
what
that
I've
says,
been told.
yeah, use Septic Safe. You're fine.
Regular house toilet paper.
Yeah, as long as it's got Septic Safe on it, you're fine.
Septic Safe. Gotcha.
I mean, Charmin. It's what I've always used in my rigs. I don't have any problems. If you take 2-ply RV Safe toilet paper and you take Charmin toilet paper, a couple sheets, put them in a jar, a little water, shake them up, break down to the exact same rate. Stop wasting your money. It's a gimmick. So,
Most things are. We know better, but
so the caveat to that I will tell you is use 4 sheets at a time. Wipe multiple times, okay? Because, 3 little clumps of 4 sheets is just going to separate inside the tank. One big wad, straight to the bottom, it's going to sink. So, and then your other thing is water, water, water. No matter what you do, water is the most important thing you can do for your tanks. I like to tell people it's the number 1, number 2 rule. On your commode, you know how you can lightly press down on that pedal and it starts to fill the bowl before it opens?
yeah.
Okay, so for number 1, 1 full bowl of water. For number 2, 2 full bowls of water.
Really?
Right? Follow that religiously. It has 2 things that it's doing for you. One, you're trying to achieve a 40-60 ratio inside your tank. So 40% waste, 60% water. The other thing you're trying to achieve is getting those tanks to 100% full. But when you flush things down and you don't use any water, they're just going to go right below where that drain line is and just sit there. When you flush and you put a whole gallon in there, it moves it off to the side, so you don't start to build the infamous poop pyramid. So water, water, water is the key. Follow that religiously and you're going to be great.
Gonna take a look at what I think is the problem here. You can see the roller right there on this one, and looking at it that way, you can kind of tell. As you're looking at the clearance, as we go this way, it gets lower and lower to the ground. This is, let me move this up here. This is the mark that was left. And we'd had to leave, and we finally got it in when we extracted the bedroom slide. That's when it was fully closed. That's what was there. And what I think is the problem, you can see the mounting. Well, maybe you can't, but that roller looks to be right here, and it looks to be off of it, or it's crushed and gone. So I got to lift that somehow, or look at that roller. I'm not sure how that gets replaced. What a day. We worked on the bed slide. We got it on the rollers, and we wanted to test it and make sure that it would work, i.e. we get to the next campsite. So mimic that scenario, we pulled in the slide, which worked fine, and then we pulled it back out, which for the most part worked fine. Then we tried to push it in. Actually, when it was going out, it kind of stopped. The bed stopped. The slide acted like it was continuing on out. So I thought that was kind of odd. It's almost like this wooden frame that's attached to the headboard or the slide that pushes it back and forth was unattached. Because the slide was still, I pushed it out, I don't know, halfway. Got out. Went out the door, went outside and looked, and the slide was still moving out. The bed was not. So that's our problem. I looked, and it still has clearance underneath. You can kind of see it there. It still has some clearance, both sides. does look like it's crooked, and it's not acting right. If I had a flashlight and a light, you could see this floor line. If you follow that through, it's not straight on the bed with a light. It's not straight. So we've made the decision. We're going to pull it in. Wrong or right, we're going to sleep on it. We're going to stay here at this campsite, this resort, just because we don't have enough days. The scenario would be if we dropped it off, they're going to take 2 days to look at it, maybe 3. And then they said 3 to 5 if it needs parts for shipping. It's already a week. We got to be out of here in probably about 12 days. Odds of this being ready and ready to go by the time we get out of here is thin. So we've made the decision. We're going to stay here for a couple of weeks, finish this out to about the 25th or 6th, and then drop it off, have it fixed, and they should have a 3-week window. It's going to take us a few days to get up to Salt Lake City for a already scheduled flight. And by the time we come back, they'll have it almost 3 weeks. So that's where we stand. We're gonna just spend a few nights in a broken bed. The bed just doesn't move. The bed's fine, it's comfortable. We'll be crawling over each other to get in it, but yeah, such is life. Such is life. That's one problem. We got the batteries installed, and we'll talk about that later. But in all, this day is kind of free. We'll talk about that later. But, it's not if you're stranded for a week and can't really move we could move. We could do all that, but that bed and that slide isn't going to do anything until we get it fixed. So, such is life. Just another RV day. One of the few things that we had to make, there's just a knob here that goes in there and locks everything shut. But PPL Motorhomes did not have it. It's probably an easy miss. We're going through a walkthrough that they're not used to. I don't know. But anyway, we kind of made this out of a long bolt. I'm gonna go over the light here. You can kind of see this is made for a knob. It's got 2 Allen screws in there that you can see the Allen screws right there. We took the other one out, put it in there. It's nice and tight, and then kind of straightened it out, locked it in, lock bolt. We took 2 plastic washers, super glued these together. I think this is like a 3/4 inch with the right size, and then obviously this big one, this flat one that is needed to cover all 3 doors. And this is simple battery post washer, felt washer there. Helps not mar up the doors. So simple as that. I looked everywhere trying to find it, short of going to the manufacturer, but I think it cost us, that handle is the expensive part. I think it was like 10 or 12 bucks, but anyway, probably for about 15, 20 bucks, that's what we got.